So yeah, this is the show. I call it the Oddball Odyssey podcast.
Nice. That's a cool name.
Yeah, I figured today we just talk comic books, Marvel. But yeah, like we were talking about with the Ezra Miller and Johnson Majors, people are like, is it racism or is it just Disney handling it different than Warner Brothers would? Or it's like, did he do it? Is it just a misunderstanding between two people being blown out of proportions?
It depends what the other guy did, Majors.
Well, from what I heard about him was just like she tried to grab his phone. He stopped her. May have put his hands on her throat, and then she went out clubbing. Got home. He was worried about her state because she was still pretty drunk, and said she popped some pills or something. So he called, and then they noticed the bruising, arrested him, and then investigated it. And so it's like,
so it's a domestic violence.
Basically, but it just seems like a lot of people could be blowing it out because of his status. How Marvel's baking on him being like the next big bad for the next two phases. It's like, I don't know.
That's what I was looking forward to, seeing him in the movies a lot more.
He could be guilty, but is it just being blown out that everybody dropped him? Like his management, his PR, he did some army recruitment videos that they are no longer gonna do. A few film projects, they dropped him. Crazy. And then Ezra Miller still gets his Flash movie.
I know, right? And I heard that that she was still she actually apologized to him, admitting that it was her fault that started the argument. And
the text message came out, but
the text messages. I don't see how that doesn't clear him up. Like
some people say it sounds you could read it in a way like it's a battered woman being like, oh, it was my fault, don't come back, or it could just be like fact, and it just people are reading too much into it. It's really hard to tell one way or the other, I think.
I don't know, I just think it was an argument, not too much crazy of a dispute, if you let that Ezra Miller slide.
Yeah, like he chokeslammed a fan on video, talking to underage girls and like essentially kidnapping them.
That guy's disrespectful.
Oh yeah,
that guy's disrespectful in so many ways, dude. I know it's crazy because I haven't even.
And they brought up too about the gender ideology that he's non-binary. So is that it's not the racist aspect? It's the more gender ideology that they keeping him around because they don't want to piss off the LGBTQ plus community.
Oh, I didn't even know he did that. So he said that.
Well, yeah, there's the arrest video. And he's like, oh, I identify as like them, they, because he's like, they call him he or something. And he like snap back like, no, this is how I identify.
Oh, I didn't even know.
So is he using that as a shield?
Well, doesn't he have to like
some of it?
Doesn't he have to like kiss girls and stuff on camera? In part of his movies, right? Doesn't he have a girlfriend? How does he feel about that?
I don't know if Ezra Miller is seeing anybody.
Or even in his movies, doesn't he play?
But yeah, he kisses girls and stuff.
Such a...
I don't know. Oh, weird.
Yeah, I just don't think that's cool how they let him slide. Like, his movie's coming out soon.
I think with him too, they probably pulled a lot of money into that one movie, so they want to try and get as much back, and then maybe axe him.
I heard they're gonna make another Justice League.
Are they?
So they want him back in it?
Some people are saying they should get the one that does the TV Flash.
Yeah. Oh man, what's his name?
Swap them out since I think the show's coming to an end.
The show's actually pretty good.
I haven't seen it in a few seasons.
Watching a little bit with my son. He was really into it. He actually got me into the Flash more than anything. But on the Marvel side, I am waiting for the X-Men to come with the kick.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really excited about. I've been seeing a lot of posts and a lot of posters. And then I sent you that one with the Red Hulk, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that? When's that going to come into play?
I'm not sure the date on it, but I think that was supposed to be the new Captain America film. Well, from what I heard, the Thunderbolt Ross is president. He has his Thunderbolt group that's supposed to go to the Eternal. island that's popping up, and that's supposed to have adamantium, which will lead into like X-Men and stuff. I think in She-Hulk there's an article that says somebody with like blades from the hands got in a ball fight,
Oh
which
yeah, that's
alludes
right. Yeah,
to
yeah.
Wolverine in a sense.
Man, it was hard watching the She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, that show is garbage.
It's pretty brutal. I mean, it had its moments, but we only really watched it for the cameos for the most part.
Yeah,
But
it's
other than that, I don't know. You think there's gonna be a season 2?
probably not. I don't know.
Well, that used to mention the Loki 2 seasons coming out. That's
Well, I think a lot of people really like Loki, and that
yeah.
was like
Oh,
the
dude,
first one that kicked off the shows.
it's gonna be about a while to actually watch it after I like seen a bunch of memes, everybody sending me stuff, videos, clips through the chat rooms, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this show a shot. My friends told me it was good, it was great. You mentioned it was good, and when I watched it, dude, I was like, man, motherfucker's rocking the shit in this movie. Or I'm sorry, in this show. I thought that was
Yeah, a
pretty
lot
good.
of people said he
That's
comes
why
off
I
as
liked
like,
King too in this shit. That's why he was good. I thought he played a
yeah.
good part, Majors.
I feel like that's a missed opportunity for Phase 4, is to kind of play with the mystery of what's happening, and then you could have ended that with like it being King, him dying, or another version doing something that sent ripples that messed everything up.
Well,
You
Loki,
could have played that mystery a little bit more instead of just being like, we don't know what's happening.
this
Just
is before
random.
he died, huh? Like right before the
Yeah, he
before
counts
Loki.
down to like now everything it's changed. I have no idea what's coming next. But no, I was gonna say about the ending. Some people say that he comes off like a simp, being like, "No, I love you," but I think it's fairly reasonable to be like, "Yeah, what would come next?" If he's bad, what's worse than him? Maybe we should think about it.
No, right? I think at the top of this one. That's true. What'd you think of Black Panther, Wakanda Forever?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, the suit she makes comes off a little too like anime-ish compared to like Tony Stark, but I didn't mind it.
Can't fuck with Stark's baby.
Well, I mean, he's
That's joking.
the first.
But how'd you like it how they sent off the Black Panther in this crazy coffin into space? That was a trip, huh?
Yeah, it seemed like they had that the funeral and stuff had like multiple layers. It's like, oh, what are they doing now? They left the coffin and then they like danced it down the.
It was a cool
The path.
tribute. I like how they did it. I like the
Yeah, how the
to him.
opening it's all him and like it's purple.
Yeah, the
I
opening was
did
sick.
hear though his Twitter account got to keep the blue check mark, whereas a lot of other celebrities are like losing it. They're like freaking out because you have to pay like the $8 for the Twitter blue to get the blue check mark.
No shit. Damn, I even know that I charge you for that now?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's other features you can do if you do it, but yeah. That's one way to get verified.
I don't see why they wouldn't let them keep it. I mean, come on.
But I mean, like Paul Walker got one, so I can understand some, past celebrities keeping it. But yeah, like, cause it's been a status symbol for a long time. Like, oh, I'm verified, I'm better than you. So a lot of celebrities are just losing it because now anybody can be verified. You just pay $8.
Yeah. It's not.
But yeah, I saw that he got one. I think the one suits those the Warriors get. I do kind of agree. They look kind of dumb, but they were kind of cool in action, seeing them fight.
Oh, when you're watching them?
Yeah, towards the end in the big battle.
Dude, the movie was. The fight scenes were sick.
Mm-hmm.
I like how they hypnotized the people.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Like sirens and stuff.
Yeah, that was
it
dope.
plays
And like
into...
you see them like walking out the ships, and I was like whereas right in the beginning they do that. And that's what got me like really kind of straight up hooked into it. And I was like, damn, this is pretty trippy. Like, there's some evil dudes luring them off the fucking deck.
Yeah, and then
fall into the water. And she's like,
I think it shows them in the towards the end that once they jump in, they basically just run up and stab them.
Yeah, that was a crazy war.
Just a quick death. Yeah. I have seen people
from the
bring up how it's weird that they didn't really advance all that much.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes sense. They're on the water. And I don't know. Like, he doesn't come off as dumb, but they never really established that he's like Tony Stark level intelligence, so I don't know what he could do by himself. But I think an interesting would have been like a cult of his on the mainland, just like giving them technology to
That would be
advance.
sick. One's up
Be
there, and
kind
one's
of
on the
cool
bottom.
since he's been around since, was it like 16th century? They said
Yeah.
conquistadors.
I
Like
think
that could have
actually,
been cool, just like a land cult that gives him information and technology to advance.
I think he hated the land people though,
Yeah, he does. So
after they
it
killed
kind of
his,
makes sense that he
after
wouldn't
they
work
killed
with
his
them
mom.
either. He just hated humans.
Oh yeah, that's why he went to the water.
Hmm.
That was crazy, dude.
I did like how they're blue on land but underwater because of the tint.
Yeah,
They look normal. That was cool.
that was a good movie. Especially when they go underwater, they go deep. When she's wearing that crazy ass space suit.
I like that suit. He's like, oh, you can just wear the suit. We have plenty
Yeah,
because they killed the dudes, so they kept the suits
that's fucked up.
from the beginning. Yeah, I don't know why they would keep it, but he's like, yeah, we got suits.
You think he's wear this one? Go all the way down and meet me down there. Seemed like she did betray him though. That's how he felt like when she got
Well, yeah,
when she got rescued.
Yeah, they killed those two people.
Ah man, what was that girl's name? The one that was inventing stuff.
Chewie?
There you go. She had that cool suit. She was the one wearing that suit, huh?
Yeah, the black. Well,
Look kind of like Iron Man-ish.
oh no, that's Rhea.
The
The
college girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's in one of the Avengers.
She's Ironheart in the comic books, which is like a replacement for
Iron Man, right?
Iron Man.
Yeah, see? I thought she was gonna be a lot younger though, because in the comics she looks like
In
a
the
little
comics,
girl.
I think she's more of a teenager.
Yeah, she's like a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, obviously they're gonna, they're not gonna do it like that.
Age him up a bit, but not too old.
Dude, what do you think about the Blue Beetle? Is that it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Blue Beetle. That
Yeah,
one looks cool.
The kid from the Karate Kid.
Yeah, I like the
Cobra
suits
Kai.
and stuff.
Yeah, dude, I thought it was pretty cool. It's a breakthrough for a little Latino character. Finally.
Yeah, a lot of people were laughing about the George Lopez bit because he's like a conspiracy guy. I guess in that, so he's like, "Oh, Batman's a fascist."
Oh yeah, at the end he says that during the the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna be pretty sick though.
So, do you feel like there's any negatives about Marvel and DC? Like we were taking She-Hulk. I feel like in that one it kind of breaks its own rules because like the Abomination gets locked up for breaking his parole, but she does too. But there's no consequences for her.
Oh yeah, she just slides by.
Yeah, she just shows up as She-Hulk, and they'll like arrest her on spot, being like, "You broke it too." But she gets to craft her own ending. But I feel like if they would have went with what they were setting up, could have still worked because like they were trying to be too meta, and it still would have fit the trope of the villain just being like a knockoff of the hero. But this time it's Abomination and him, so it's a knockoff fighting another knockoff.
It's favoritism.
Yeah, but then he could have his redemption arc. But then I feel like it's cut short because he gets arrested still.
Yeah, he goes back.
Yeah, but they need him to. I think because he's going to be in the Thunderbolts on.
Oh, that's right. Are they still going to use Tim Roth?
I think so.
Hell yeah, dude! He's still kicking
But
ass.
I thought Civil War would have been a cool way to introduce him. Just having him get like ready to get like a red injection, and set up that Red Hulk's out there. I think that could have been a cool moment to introduce.
That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, because the original guy he passed, so they got Harrison Ford. But also they talk about how the rings you can go to like different dimensions.
Yeah.
So what's to stop him from like going through the multiverse with him? Would then that make what's her name? The America, the one in the Madness, Doctor Strange film.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't it kind of make her obsolete if they can just send Wanda to another reality?
Never thought about it that way.
Because what's the difference between another reality or the multiverse and another dimension that you have to
They could use that
sell
girl.
6 drops of your blood to leave, you know?
They could use that girl, that American Chavez.
Mm-hmm. And I think it breaks the timeline because at the end of Shang-Chi, Bruce is already back into his human form.
Yeah, I know he's
Talking about
up
the rings.
in holographic form, or whatever.
Yeah, but if that's around the same time when the footage was of Wong and Abomination fighting got released at the same time, like in the show, he was already back in Hulk form and off planet. So that kind of breaks timeline a little bit, I think. Because it doesn't make sense that people would sit on that kind of video and post it like months later. It would go viral like right then and there, you would think. People going live and sharing it like crazy. I think it breaks timeline a little bit, which means I feel overall the quality is kind of going downhill with Marvel a bit.
No shit.
Yeah, too many plot holes and inconsistencies are popping up.
I'm not catching up with it.
But I think because a lot of the people who started it had already left, and it's just
New people or what?
yeah, the new people just aren't as good, or they're trying to do too much wokeness in it. Like I said, trying to make it the MCU, put more females out in front, but it doesn't make sense when they're fighting like big dudes because in reality, it just wouldn't work.
The comics is different.
Yeah, comic books you can play. Like, I think Black Widow had a super serum soldier, so I don't know if she was ever as strong as like Cap, but almost to his level. So it makes sense she could fight. I don't know how much they imply that in the movies. But yeah, like regular females can't just throw dudes around.
Fucking beat their ass.
Yeah. Like I get Shuri's smart and she had the herb which give her advantage, but it's still weird that she would win. I mean, I get he yields, he decides not to continue in the fight, but I don't know.
You should have beat that ass. You should have won that fight straight up. That's like the only thing that was probably like wrong with the movie. But then you know what I mean? It's the Black Panther, you know, you really can't have the motherfucking villain win.
So I wasn't sure how they brought him back, but they did it through like the ancestral plane, so it made sense that way.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, what the hell?
Which I think that's cool because like in like Moon Knight they do show man,
that show's a trip.
The Moon Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a reference to one of Kang's variants that was in like ancient Egypt. One of the dudes has like his symbol on the shirt.
Oh, what? Where? I need to finish that. I only have like maybe 2 or 3 more episodes left of Moon Knight. You just reminded me right now.
I don't know if that one's gonna get a sequel or not.
You seen how the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man's come to Disney Plus?
Oh, I saw that. I was like, did they do a deal or something? Because that should be Sony.
That's what I thought too.
But it seemed like all the other movies.
So where the fuck are the Tom Holland ones at? Because it has the Andrew, what's his
Garfield.
Garfield, yeah, it has his movies. And
I still can't think of it still cracks me up, the Lego Spider-Man one. I think I showed you. And she hits and just pieces. They did her dirty in that. Which is weird because I heard that in some of the newer Lego Star Wars ones, Lego actually doesn't kill Jabba because they want to get away from the death, but then it shows that just like breaking into pieces. He can't get strangled, but she can just like explode into pieces.
Oh, I know, right? She gets shattered.
I didn't think those were all that bad. The Andrew Garfield ones.
Yeah, see, I was just about to ask you that right now. I was watching the countdown where it was talking about the top 10 worst sequels, and that was one of them. The Spider-Man.
I mean, I think it was a little overcrowded, like Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
But overall, I didn't think it was all that bad.
Yeah, that's what everyone thought it was terrible. So that's what they did. It was a countdown for movies that were supposed to have like another part movie, but they didn't cancel it due to that one.
Yeah,
so, like, that's what
seemed like they were setting up the Sinister Six.
There you go. It's supposed to be a Sinister Six.
But I heard they're going forward with the Kraven the Hunter. That's supposed to have Rhino.
Oh,
and it's supposed to be all rated.
What?
I think it is set same verse as like Morbius.
Morbius, the fucking plasma dude. What's his name? Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, he's the guy with like he had like a little fur coat around his neck.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of like an animal, huh?
think it was a lion, yeah, because he was
Yeah, he was like a beast.
a great hunter.
Yeah, because then this woman became a hunter, or she became the same thing too when he injected her with that stuff. She was like that too. That was a pretty cool. I like Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, because he's just a very simple
Man,
villain, just like
if it's gonna be
wants
rated
to
R,
prove
it's gonna be
himself
about
as the
slashing.
best. But then, yeah, Moon Knight, it shows like all the different planes for the different religions. Thor showed that too, but I feel like that's another example. When they too much jokes.
In Thor,
Yeah,
man,
the
it was
Love and
like
Thunder.
the last one was like a comedy. That's what people
Yeah,
say.
it's too much of a comedy, not too serious. I think it introduces plot holes too.
Like
Because
which
I
one?
don't know if they said that it was the wish. There was like no strings attached, so I don't know if Doctor Strange knew about it, but couldn't they just teleport to the center of the universe and make the wish for Wanda, make her kids real? And like Stormbreaker, if it can choose not to work for Thor whenever it wants because it's moody, how come it chooses to work for Gore towards the end? That doesn't really make sense.
The Rock dude, right?
No,
Oh no, no, Gore's the bald dude. Sorry, the
yeah,
Christian Bale character. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, he
because
does,
they're
huh?
in that like the small shadow planet,
Yeah, yeah.
and it teleports them off. It's like why would it let him use it when it was defying Thor earlier? Couldn't it just choose not to work? But it's like plot
That's cool.
point.
That
He
is a
has
plot.
to kind of go forward. The story has to continue.
That's true. Marvel's fucking up.
I just feel like they gave certain people too much control.
Too much credit.
Yeah, and it messes things up because it's too jokey.
I like the goats. Thought they were pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny, especially when they smacked into the planet. That was probably the only part I really laughed because I didn't expect a Rick and Morty moment like that when they
They're all
just smacked into the
boom.
planet.
Yeah, those things are fucking
I
funny.
want to say I heard that got inspired by like the Taylor Swift goat meme that went around.
Really?
Yeah, where it was like a part of the song and then
Oh,
like the
yeah, it
goat
cuts up to that.
screaming.
Yeah. Oh, it does, huh? I guess it could be. That's pretty fucked up. But yeah,
Mhm.
I thought those goats were hilarious, dude. When you went to McDonald's, I remember I got my kids a Happy Meal. Those came as the toys.
The skinny
I
goat.
saved them. They were too funny. But the Gorb was a pretty cool character, dude. He played that shit pretty tight, Christian Bale.
Hmm.
He nailed that villain, dude. All for his daughter.
Oh, speaking of the Necro sword, as is the first symbiote,
Yeah.
and um, that was one thing I didn't like about Venom 2. I feel like they did Carnage a little dirty.
Oh yeah, dude. He definitely
He
did
wasn't
that.
as strong or as intimidating, and I think they messed up with the comic book rules because in the comic books, Carnage was always stronger than Venom and more in sync. Venom says we, Carnage says I. So I feel like
He has more control of his shit
yeah,
than
like
Venom
there
does.
was no way Venom could have beat Carnage in the comic books. He always needed Spider-Man or like vice versa. That could have been a cool moment to introduce a different version of Spider-Man. They're like, oh, I've seen this before, and you could pick like any other one, like try to do like the clone saga or something. So it's
Could
like
pick
a
any fucking
clone.
thing.
Yeah, any Spider-Man.
You just had him bite his fucking head off. It just
Yeah,
ended. Yeah, dude, they did
because they were
Carnage.
playing with the multiverse, I think, at the end. But like that could have moment when like they could have moved it up and had it switch, or like just introduce, be like, oh, I'm over here on Avengers business or something.
I wonder if they're gonna bring him into the multiverse.
I think that's what the post credit scene was for
For Venom.
yeah, No Way Home.
When he's at which is that one at the ending? When he's at the bar?
Yeah, and then the bit of him gets left.
Yeah, it sounds like a little bit. So who's supposed to get it in that one?
I don't know, a variation of Eddie Brock probably. Because I think
No.
in the comic books, the symbiotes are a hive mind that also crosses into the multiverse. So like this version would know the Peter from a different dimension because of like the connection, the hive mind. So that's why he got transferred. Um, But yeah, it'd be interesting how they go forward.
Sick. That's gonna be a good one. Cause I always love the Venom. I just didn't like the what was the Venom 2. I thought it was a lot more jokes too.
Yeah,
They're cracking a lot more. I should have been rated R just because I just want to see Carnage fuck shit up.
hmm
Like, you know what I mean? Because he's real violent in the comics.
yeah. I want to say I heard I was listening to a comic storyline, and I think the reason they created him was to answer the question, what if the Joker got a symbiote?
Huh.
So like that's how crazy and like insane he really is in the comic books. And because they made it PG, it kind of dialed back a lot of the violence
Hell yeah, I held back
and
a
the
lot.
actual carnage he could have created.
Yeah. Instead, it was almost like a love story between him and that girl.
Which in the comic books, it's a lot like the Joker and Harley Quinn. Like he really doesn't care for her, and most of the time, she just keeps her around because
She loves him.
reasons. Yeah, she's useful.
The old Harley Quinn Joker syndrome.
Do you think the new one's gonna be good?
The
New
Sus-
Joker with Lady Gaga
Oh
and
man, the
Harley
Joaquin
Quinn.
Phoenix. Man, if it's a musical, I don't know. I can't do musicals
I like the
unless
darker
it's South Park.
musicals like Sweeney Todd and
That wasn't too
The
bad actually.
Repo. I think it can be good with a dark tone.
How did they
I
make
just
it?
don't know if it will.
How did they make it a musical though? How the fuck did they go with that?
Just because they're insane. I don't know. She's insane.
But the whole movie they're gonna be singing? Like Joaquin Phoenix is gonna be fucking singing like he did when he was in Johnny Cash? Walk the line?
Well, not. I don't think throughout the whole film, but like there will be moments.
Like I just don't see that. I only remember them singing in the damn cartoons. Maybe like little gags here and there.
Yeah, like I think there's the
Like
music maestro that
yeah,
can force people to sing.
I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, of course, but who knows? I talked shit about the first movie before it came out, and then when I went to go see it in theaters, I was blown away. I came out craving this. I came out smoking a cigarette, and I didn't smoke a cigarette in 5 years.
It's really
And yeah,
it's a really cool
but
movie.
damn, he made that cigarette look good in that movie. Came out, I got a couple of beers and just smoked a cigarette, and I was like, man, that was good. I bought it when it came out. That's how much I really liked it. The movie was really cool. And now I don't know about Lady Gaga. I'm not really too fond of her. Don't care less about her music. Her acting and
Yeah.
whatever. She was alright in American Horror Story.
What was it? The which one? I think.
No, she was that vampire chick
Oh, Vampire.
in the
Okay.
man, what was it at? In a motel or something like that. That was weird. I mean, all American Horror Stories.
I started a few and then just never finished. Like I started
Yeah.
the first season, the one with the clown.
Oh yeah, that circus.
Yeah,
That lobster dude. He's all finger banging on the girls, man. He's all his lobster hands.
I forget which other one I started. There was one more.
The motel one. I seen that witch one. My sister-in-law liked to watch those a lot. Yeah. Well, kind of like I feel like it's more of a women audience, like American Horror Story. I mean, guys watch it too, but like I feel like I feel like a lot of chicks watch it more.
I would say depending on the season, probably. Yeah.
Like they kept with them, like man, like I said, my sister-in-law, she's like watched all the seasons, so I would just pass by when she's watching TV, and I'd be like sit there and watch them too, like what's going on in this one, what's going on in that one. But yeah, there's like 9 seasons. I seen the short stories; those are pretty cool.
Hmm.
I don't know if you've seen those. Those are
No,
not.
I haven't seen the short stories.
What movie are you looking forward to? Oh man, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
You ready to get your heart broken?
Some people wondering who might die in this one.
There was a tearjerker.
Yeah, that one's soon ish, May 5th, I think.
Yeah, dude, it's like what the fuck is it? Next week? No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, today's the 26th. We're really on Wednesday. Oh yeah, that's next week. Next Friday, I believe. Yeah, dude, that's gonna be a crazy movie. I was gonna take my son to go see it. Depends,
Yeah.
It's gonna be packed.
Yeah, like him and like Lady Gaga are allegedly on Epstein's flight logs. So it's hard to want to support them, but I'll probably go see it too, just to see the the story and everything. What do you think of Peacemaker? Did you watch that one?
Oh, that season?
Yeah,
No, I
'cause
did.
that's
Did you?
James Gunn too. Yeah,
Was it good? I heard a lot of shit that
I
was
mean
good.
overall I thought it was good, but I'm not like a big John Cena guy.
What?
And he kind of looks goofy because it shows him in his underwear a lot, like whitey tighties. And he just looks like a giant man child. And he's
Tidy
pretty
whities?
dumb. Like he comes off kind of like borderline slow. But I think that's kind of the point because I don't think he ever went to school. That's what makes his dad like kind of so bad. He just raised him to be a killing machine. But also, the history of the character was he was actually originally like a serious character, but then DC bought the rights, and eventually they got turned into the Watchmen.
Oh, no shit.
So the comedian is actually a parody of the original Peacemaker, and then this new version is a parody of the comedian. So now it's a parody of a parody. But
Yeah.
overall, I thought it was kind of funny.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, its moments.
My brother's friend was telling me he watched it. He's like, you gotta watch that. Because I seen the Suicide Squad. Right? Is that where he came out on?
Yeah, he did the sequel.
The, what was the director's name?
James Gunn.
Yeah, he's the one that did this one, right?
Yeah, Peacemaker. Well, he helped produce and write some of it. I don't know if he did like every episode, writing and directing. I think other people, but yeah, he kind of oversaw all of it.
Yeah, dude. The first Suicide Squad was like whatever.
Yeah, I think they did him dirty. That a lot of people are saying, let him release like his version, kind of like the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like the trailers had a lot more of the Joker in it.
It was all about the Joker.
Yeah, like he played much more of an important part, and he just got cut. I feel like Jared Leto's may not have been the best, regardless. But I feel like he kind of got robbed of more of an opportunity to make that more of his character.
Yeah,
because the scenes got cut.
This motherfucker ruined the Joker.
I don't know about ruined. It's just
for a lot of people, they
not the best.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I got nothing but downplay.
Like I don't mind the tattoos and stuff. I don't know. It just wasn't kind of meh, like middle. Like it fits for that world.
It was like Morbius.
Yeah, like meh. It's not Jack Nicholson or like a Heath Ledger kind of shock and awe, but like it worked for that film.
Yeah, it fit that film.
The tone they were trying to go for.
Is it gonna bring him
for like the Justice League too and stuff? Because he comes back, I think, in like the future one when what's his name? Superman goes all bad, turns with Darkseid. Oh, did you see that the 4-hour Snyder Cut one?
Nah.
Oh, that one's pretty good.
The Justice League one?
Yeah, because it has more of the scenes of the alternate timeline where like the Flash comes back to warn him.
Yeah.
And it has that scene where he takes the mask off and like lasers the dudes with Batman. So it shows a little bit more of who's still alive and like what they're trying to do. They're trying to get, I think, Flash back in time to warn himself and change it. But I don't know how much of that's gonna go forward with James Gunn coming in.
Yeah, he'd probably make it work. I'm pretty sure he's a good director. The Flash. Are you looking forward to seeing that? Just because Batman's gonna come on it.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton. So I'm gonna watch that bad boy.
Batfleck will be in it for a bit.
Oh, what? He's being in it too?
Oh yeah, he was in like the first trailer.
Oh, that's true. I forgot about that.
And then yeah, Keaton Batman's would be there. I want to see what's his face, Michael Shannon as Zod. He was a really good Zod, I thought, for Man of Steel.
Oh yeah.
So it'd be cool to see him back.
Didn't he kill him?
Yeah, he snapped the neck at the end.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he got him good. Dude, I like the Man of Steel. That was a good movie.
A lot of people didn't like it because they're like Superman doesn't kill, which I don't understand that argument. But I think some people have brought up
Batman doesn't kill.
But some people bring that up too. But I feel like that's why they miss. I think a lot of people misunderstand the scene when he's about to kill him with the the spear.
Yeah.
Because they make fun of how like the both mom's name is Martha.
Oh yeah, the Batman versus Superman.
Yeah. So the Martha meme um is what people remember, but I think they miss how deep that scene is because I think it kind of shows Bruce how dark he's been becoming. He's becoming the villain, and it finally shows Bruce he has humanity because he's like, oh, I'll accept my fate. You can kill me, just say my mom, which really resonates with Batman because his parents died. That's what makes Batman Batman is the death of his parents.
Yeah.
So that's a turning point for his character, I feel like. And he gets overshadowed by they got the same mom's name.
So we gotta become friends.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I remember the memes. There's shit all over those dudes.
And people are like, oh yeah, Tyler character, he doesn't kill. It's like, as soon as that scene ends, he goes and murders a bunch of people in the warehouse to save his mom. Like, what do you mean he doesn't kill? And then like the Tim Burton Batman, it's implied death too.
Yeah.
Like he lights the dude on fire with the exhaust. He puts the bomb down the dude's pants and pushes him down the pipe.
So boom! It's like right in the beginning of the intro.
Yeah, like there's a lot of implied death. Like I would say the bomb's a lot more direct. Like he straight killed him because he put the bomb in his pants. But there's a lot more implied. Same in the comic books, especially in like the golden years before they kind of gave him that rule of he doesn't kill. He straight murdered people,
like what?
Dropping statues on them. And I think there's one he's in the Batcopter with Robin, and they like lasso the dude around the neck, and then just keep flying.
Damn.
I think it ends with the dude still hanging from the copter.
Scarface style. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, he's killed before. He just probably, I think most just aren't aware of like the history because there's so much history behind all the different comic books.
Dude,
that's why some people don't like to argue it because you can always pull out some timeline that fits your argument and be like, in this one timeline, I'm correct. It worked.
Man, there's a bunch of timelines.
Like I think with Batman, there's only one timeline where his parents don't die and he still becomes Batman. All the other timelines, they have to die so he can become Batman.
Wonder how
in some way or another. Like I think he had a comic book run where he goes back in time to save his parents, and it creates like such a dystopian future that he has to go back in time and kill them again.
Damn, if it's gotta be, it's gotta be.
Yeah, that's. Did you ever watch Teen Titans Go to the Movies?
Nah, I never seen this movie. Or that cartoon, Teen Titans.
My kids watch it, but that one was funny because they have a moment when they go back in time and stop all the superheroes from being created. Like they stop Krypton from exploding, they stop Batman's parents from going down the alley, and then it creates like a alternate timeline. So they have to go back and recreate. So they destroy Krypton, they push Batman's parents into the alley, and then you hear the gunshots. They see like the baby Aquaman, and they get the plastic from like hands.
Yeah.
Like a 6-pack to have the plastic on it. They toss that in the ocean. He gets tangled up and sinks, and then you see the bubble stop. No, I think that's when they stop him. So they essentially kill Aquaman as a baby by drowning him, and then they have to go back and like save him.
Jeez.
Like it's dark, but it's super funny.
There's a cartoon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Teen Titans Go to the Movies. Because they want to get their own movie, but nobody cares about the Titans. So everyone else is getting movies but them.
Oh, man, that's foul.
So they want to get rid of all the superheroes so they be the only ones. And they can get the movies.
Yeah, I know. For what, who is it? Cyborg? Robin?
Beast Boy, Starfire, Raven.
What's the little kid's name? Beast Boy?
Yeah, Beast Boy.
The little green dude?
Mm-hmm.
What does he do? Morph into shit?
Yeah. Because I think his origin was that he got a blood transfusion from not Martian Manhunter, but another one of his species.
Yeah.
So that's why he's green and he can shapeshift. And I think he only chooses to do animals. Oh, I don't remember what the reasoning is why it's only animals, but that's how he gets his green and powers.
No, it's gonna be crazy. Teen Titans. I remember the cartoon, the Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah, my kids used to watch those.
I try to get my kids to watch it, but they like the Teen Titans Go because it's just more silly.
Yeah, the little kid one.
Hmm.
There's two versions, huh?
Yeah, there was the first one from like the early 2000s that has a darker tone.
Yeah, I know. There's that one episode where it showed like Robin like talking to himself, like he was tripping out, going back and forth.
When he was seeing Slade or something.
Yeah, that dude. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that episode. I was like, damn. And I was like, his homie's there or is he not there?
Yeah, because I think at the end they're like the mask triggered the release of the gas remotely from outside of the tower. So it's like who did it? But Teen Titans Go has some cool Easter eggs. Like there was one, they go to the Bat Cave and you can see an urn and it says Robin 2 next to a crowbar.
It's like that.
And then you can see Mr. Freeze's head.
No way.
Yeah, it's just on the shelf with like his other trophies and stuff. And then Teen Titans Go.
He killed Freeze?
I don't know if he killed him, but it's just his head. I think
Yeah.
in the animated show, it shows a feature where, yeah, it's just his head now. Like he lost the body, but the head's still alive, controlling like
Oh
robots
man.
and stuff.
What
Mech
about his
suits.
wife? Is she still frozen? Remember he was always trying to cure her?
I don't know if they ever talk about that in the Teen Titans Go or in the future versions.
I heard he was gonna be in the new Batman. Is that true or not? The villain? The new
For,
was it Robert Patterson?
I'm not sure if they've decided.
I wonder who's gonna be the dude in that one. Oh no, Clayface. That's
Yeah,
what I heard.
that would be cool.
That's what I heard. I heard it was gonna be Clayface. Because that was
There's different versions, but
I remember the one from the
pretty
'90s
cool.
cartoon.
Yeah, the
Fox.
one that gets actually turned into like clay.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I think about.
Because the first one, it was an actor that was just like a master at disguise.
Really?
Yeah, who went by the name like Clayface. But then there's different versions, and I think the newest one, or the best known, is the one made out of clay.
Yeah, dude. And he drowns in the water, turns to mud at the end. Such a dark episode. Well, that whole season though, I mean, Batman was dark. That's the one I enjoyed the most.
Yeah, I like the Batman Beyond. That one was cool too.
Man, I never got to catch that one. Is that good?
Yeah,
Isn't that him when he's old though?
yeah, and so there's the new Batman, and he just got too old to do it.
Who the fuck? Who's he teaching? Just some kid?
Yeah, well, he starts off as some kid. He kind of gets chased into the Wayne Manor and then stumbles across it. But then you later found out that Amanda Waller was trying to recreate a new Batman, and so that's who that kid was supposed to be. He was set up to become the new Batman,
Yeah.
but then I think the assassin just couldn't do it. But then his dad ended up dying anyways, having him go down that path regardless. But I think she altered the DNA of the dad, so he's technically the son of Bruce Wayne. So like she calculated like everything to create a new Batman for the next generation.
Damn. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of evil. Not in the way it kind of is.
Gotham always needs a Batman.
That's true, but y'all breeding them.
I know.
Save the Batman semen. We need more for the next couple of generations. Like freeze that shit. Yeah, that's about all the stuff I heard about is the Batman movie.
Yeah, I always liked the Batman and his villains. I feel like they had usually a much richer story as to why they're villains, and most of them are doctors.
Oh yeah, like they have their storylines.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And I was watching a documentary that said not a lot, but some of his villains are also like mirror images of himself, but like darker. Like Penguin, that's who he could have been if he basically was just like a snobby rich kid. You know, didn't grow up the way he did, but more of a snobby, just didn't care and used his money for his own nefarious, deeds.
Do whatever you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And the Catwoman.
Which ones? All of them has been.
Michelle Pfeiffer is the best one. I mean, I like the new one too. The one the Robert Patterson one.
Yeah, she wasn't bad.
That she wasn't bad either.
She good. I like that movie. A lot of people complain that it was too long, or they don't like the concept of like Batman Year Two, that he's not this great detective, but it makes sense. There is a learning curve.
Yeah.
Like there was a comic book run that Kevin Smith did that's very controversial because he portrayed Batman pissing himself the very first night he went out, which would kind of make sense in that moment, but a lot of people were like, no, Batman would never do that.
You never piss his pants.
Yeah, he wouldn't do that. So I think some fans just didn't like that he wouldn't be this great detective from the start. I think there is a bit of a learning curve.
You never know. I think they did pretty good.
And they say the Riddler's plan doesn't make sense because he was going to flood the city anyways.
Yeah.
Causing a bunch of unnecessary death.
Oh, yeah, when he wanted to do it at the end?
Yeah. But I guess they just needed a big finale.
Yeah, they needed something to do. Top the big old bomb that what's his name, Bane, was going to drop. In the Dark Knight Rises.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to top that ending. That'd be cool if they got Christian Bale's in the Batman in the movies.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like going back to the scene with Batman and Superman, I feel like that really embodies that phrase. What is it? Either you die a hero or you live long enough to become a villain.
True.
Yeah, so he sees that he's becoming the villain because if he doesn't kill it's been a while since I've seen it, but I think it's implied that if he doesn't kill you directly, he brands you, which means you would die in prison anyways because they feel like you snitched. Why else would you survive? So they would basically just be killed in prison anyways. So he was going down a darker path. And I feel like that's kind of like the flip when he decides to dial back a bit.
That's true.
And remember why he became Batman in the first place, because he wanted to stop other kids from losing their parents. So that's why he sees him crying for "Save My Mom" resonates. Even though he's an adult, but it still resonated with him.
Yeah.
Just save my mom. Don't let her die. Kill me, but save her.
Kind of deal.
Mm-hmm. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this little chat with my friend Moses. You want to shout anything out?
Cool. Nah, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. It's cool talking comics.
Yeah.
Talking anything, movies, anything comic shit related. This is dope.
Yeah, that's what I want to do, like pop culture, politics, and just weird things like aliens, Bigfoot, UFO. Depends on the guest. We always talk comic books, so I thought that would be just simple,
Oh, yeah,
we do it anyway. Smoke a little weed and talk comic books.
Yeah, whenever. I'm down for whenever.
All right.